This stuff right here, granola, your regular ordinary granola that you would get at any grocery store, it's so good. Every time I look at this, I'm like, that is delicious, but I don't have any because I look at the back and I'm like, I'm frustrated. It's just so calorie dense, but it's so good. It's like the perfect topping that stays crunchy the entire time. You put granola and Greek yogurt, like it's not getting soggy. It stays crunchy for such a long time. And I like adding that crunch in so many things, but I don't like adding all those calories from granola. So today, the oven is ready because we are using the oven for this recipe. Today we are making homemade granola. Of course it's gonna be low calorie. And unlike this granola, it's not gonna use oats because anytime you make granola with oats, like guys, the only way to make oats filling and not so calorie dense is to fluff them up with water. So when you take oats and instead of fluffing them up with water, you dry them out even more, well, that's not very filling, is it? So many people don't eat rice because it's just not filling. Well, think about just eating regular rice grains. The rice that absorbs water is not filling. The rice grains would give you absolutely no volume. That's literally like granola and oats. Like oats, you fluff them up with a bunch of water, keep the oats dry, put sweetness on them, make them crunchy. Like, I can eat this whole thing easily. So we're making it at home instead. It's gonna be low calorie, it's gonna be tasty, it's gonna be delicious. Let's jump right into the recipe and we're gonna do it 2 ways, not 1, 2 ways. A peanut butter way, because this channel, me, I love peanut butter. And then a coconut granola, because you know, I like a little cocoa in my nut. So this recipe is super easy, super customizable. So I'm gonna show you exactly how you can make your granola any flavor you want. I'm making a peanut butter one and a coconut one. First step is we need some fat source. So don't hate me, but like we need a fat source because it needs to get crunchy, right? Like we don't want a soggy granola. That would just ruin the whole point. We need the crunch. So we're gonna use a little bit of fat. This is the smallest amount that I've experimented with that works. If I made soggy granola, you guys would never watch another video on my channel again. So I can't make soggy granola, which means we are gonna need a fat source. Why is the peanut butter upside down? Because I store it upside down. You know that oily, liquidy stuff that you get on top of your peanut butter? Store it upside down in your fridge and you won't get it. Life hack. Did you know that or did you not know that? I learned it from one of those like top 10 life hacks that will change your life videos. Coconut one is gonna get coconut oil because coconut. And the peanut butter one is gonna get peanut butter because I don't need to explain myself. And you always want to weigh your fat because it's fat. 60 calories of any fat source. You can use any nut butter, almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter, or you can use any oil. It's up to you. You pick the fat source, you pick the oil, whatever it is. 60 calories of it is gonna go in the bowl. So for coconut oil, that is gonna be 7 grams of coconut oil. That is 60 calories. That is a bite of coconut oil. Sad, but we need it, okay? We need it, sorry guys. And then peanut butter, it's gonna be 10 grams of peanut butter. This is really sad because when I was a kid, I would make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and this is a sorry amount of peanut butter. There would be at least 10 of these spoons on it. I love peanut butter. It is sad how calorie dense it is, but hey, you gotta deal with the cards you're played. You gotta play with the cards you're dealt. That's the saying, right? You gotta play with the peanut butter that you're given. Do not use peanut butter powder. If you use peanut butter powder instead of regular peanut butter, like, it will not turn out crispy. Do you fry your chicken in peanut oil or peanut butter powder? Like you fry food in oil because it gets crispy. You don't fry it in peanut butter powder, so please do not mix peanut butter powder in water and put it in this bowl and expect to have crispy granola because you won't get it. I know it's sad, but hey, sorry. I'll go find a scientist. We'll figure out how to get things crispy without adding fat. We'll figure out how to deep fry in water and not boil food, but until then, we're gonna need a fat source. Step 2 is 10 grams of sugar-free syrup in each bowl. And you can go in with a little sprinkle of salt because we like our granola a little bit salty, a tiny pinch. And then we need 15 grams of a sweetener. I'm using erythritol because it bakes like sugar, it gets crispy. You can use sugar if you want to. It won't be a ton of calories because it's only 15 grams, but still, it has calories and I don't like that. So I'm gonna use erythritol. 15 grams of sweetener go into each one. And guys, we need some extracts to flavor this up even more. So the peanut butter one is gonna get vanilla extract. The coconut one is gonna get coconut extract because it's the same flavor, and I like a little bit of almond extract. I don't know, it just makes it better for me. So give both of these a mix, but it's not gonna dissolve completely. We're gonna microwave this for 30 seconds to get everything liquidy, warm, you know, get it going. So both of these have been microwaved for 30 seconds. It does not look very good right now. It looks like throw up, but the peanut butter will mix into the syrup. If your microwave doesn't work and it didn't make it hot enough, then just add it back for like 10 seconds at a time until you can get a smooth consistency. If you smell this, it smells absolutely amazing. And if you dip your finger and taste it, you will eat the whole thing. It is that good because it's literally just sweetened fat. Next up, each of these is getting 7 grams of egg whites. I know you're like, egg whites and granola, that's so weird. We're not trying to make an omelet, okay? We are just trying to use a little bit to help it get crispier because egg whites are liquidy, and then when they cook, they get hard. And then if they cook a lot, they get crispy. I burnt my egg white omelet and the outside was crispy, and I was like, wait, maybe I can add a little bit of liquid egg whites to the granola and that will help it be crispy without adding a bunch more fat. And it worked. 7 grams goes into both of these. Do a slow pour. Don't just pour it like you're pouring it into a pan to cook eggs. And then mix this in. And now we're just gonna take a bunch of oats and put it in, bake it in the oven, and it's gonna get crispy and it's gonna be perfect granola. No, we are not using oats, guys. We are not using oats because they're so calorie dense, like come on. We're using puffed rice because puffed rice is amazing, it is delicious. 15 grams of this is 60 calories. It gets crispy in this mixture and it makes perfect granola. So you don't need oatmeal to make granola, just use puffed cereal instead. And now we just give both of these a stir, get all the puffed rice coated in that liquidy mixture, get them soaked up, get them wet, and then it's gonna go in the oven. It looks like some wet puffed rice, and it looks like it's not crispy at all. It's just getting wetter and wetter, but it will get crispy because we're gonna bake it and that fat is gonna crisp up. The erythritol is gonna melt, it's gonna get crispy. Everything's gonna be absolutely perfect. So this right here is what it should look like. The puffed rice should be coated completely in the liquidy mixture. Parchment paper on a baking tray. You can reuse parchment paper. It does not go bad after one use. So if you have parchment paper and you bake something on it and it looks fine and doesn't look obscene, then just reuse it 1 more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. You can push the boundaries, but at one point it's probably not gonna be non-stick. This is my 2nd time using this. First time was the meringues. If you haven't seen that video, go watch my video on peanut butter. I'm gonna link it now. But that's what went on this parchment paper first, and I saved it, and now we're gonna use it for granola. Dump all of it right onto the parchment. And then we want to spread this out as much as possible. If it stays in one big ball, it's not going to get crispy, so spread it out. You see how that's spread out? So that's going to help it get crispy. This is going to go in the oven on 325 degrees Fahrenheit. It will get burnt really quickly because of the erythritol. We don't want to leave this in for that long. 5 minutes, watch it, keep an eye on it. Don't leave your kitchen and go do your laundry. I'm gonna leave that in there for 5 minutes, but I'm gonna be in the kitchen because if things start to get burnt and if things start to go wrong, I will be here to take it out because I've made the mistake of leaving it in the oven and walking away, and I came back and there was a bunch of burnt puffed rice on a pan. So, you know, don't be like me. Stay in the kitchen. This is a white ceramic bowl, and I thought it would be nice for the video because, you know, it looks nice. It's presentable. It's not just like some dusty bowl that I'm just making granola in. Don't use a metal spoon in ceramic because the lines are horrible. It's like I actually carved something into this. There are lines everywhere, so be smarter than me. Some of it is starting to get brown, and that's when you want to take it out. Some of the ones on the sides are gonna start getting a little crispy, a little brown like this. And we want to just let it sit on our counter for a few minutes. Just enough so it cools just a little bit so you won't burn your hands off. And once it cools for a little bit, all you have to do is take a spoon and move it around. They want to switch seats. They don't want to sit in the same seat the whole time. They want to move around, they want to mingle. So move them. And at this point, you're probably like, wow, this kid is just giving us soggy puffed rice that's been heated. Just wait, guys. It's magic. It will get hard. It might not look like it right now. You might be skeptical right now. You might be thinking, this isn't gonna be granola, this isn't gonna get crunchy, because granola needs to be crunchy. That is the ultimate test. No matter how good it tastes, if it's soggy, it's not granola. And the back of your oven is always gonna be hotter than the front of your oven. So whatever side that was initially in the back, flip it around, because we want everything to get an even heat. So we're gonna put this back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven, depending on how hot it gets, depending on the air circulation or whatever that goes on in your oven. 5 to 10 minutes, watch it, make sure it doesn't burn, but make sure it gets nice and toasted. Did you leave your kitchen? If you left your kitchen and you came back and your granola's burnt, whose fault is it? Not mine, okay? Do not blame me, it is your fault. I told you not to leave the kitchen, this thing burns quick. And I did not burn it this time. Proud of me? Thank you. And so you want to take it out of the oven pretty much when it looks like it's getting real toasted, you know? It's gonna look like that, it's gonna be browner in color, it's gonna look toasty. Just give it a smell. It's gonna smell absolutely delicious. Pina colada without the pineapple, like that's what this is gonna smell like. And peanut butter, that's what that's gonna smell like. Who would have thought? If you touch it, it's soft. And at this point, you're ready to give up. You're like, Oh my God, this was such a horrible recipe. Dislike, I'm never watching another video of this, guys, again. Horrible recipes, absolute trash. No, guys, this is where we have to be a little bit patient. It is tough, but we just gotta put this on our counter and let it sit for at least 20 minutes. It's gonna take a while to cool. It cools slowly, but as it cools, it gets crispy, it gets hard, and it turns into granola. So don't even touch it, don't even mess with it. However it is, you take it out of the oven, you just let it sit. Just you wait on it for at least 20 minutes. I am back, it's been 30 minutes. That means this should be crunchy, and I have not touched it since I last talked to you guys. So I weighed out 30 grams of this nut and honey granola, and this is sad. This is 140 calories. It's a quarter cup. Each of these are 125 calories, so less calories by a little bit. Way more volume, way more just goodness. Nut and honey with pure honey. It's not November, but I'm saying no to this right now. These two though, let's try it. Let's not just try it. Let's get the crunch taste on point. It is crunchy like real granola. It is delicious. It's literally peanut buttery granola for way less calories and way more volume than the real thing. Just as crunchy, just as delicious. Let's get into the coconut. Get a little tropical vibe up in here. Ooh, this one, it's got that breakfasty vibe, that coconut vibe, like. That one is something special. I'm so excited to see what flavors you guys make with this. You guys can get so creative, like throw some chocolate chips in here, that would be delicious. Throw some cocoa powder in this one. Is that an almond joy with coconut almond, the cocoa? Throw some chocolate chips in this one. Is that Reese's granola? Like, you guys saw the crunch. Soggy granola is not happening in this kitchen. What flavors are you guys gonna make? I'm so excited to find out. Cake batter extract. Put the sprinkles I made in here with cake batter extract. Birthday cake granola. My mind is being blown right now. As always, your support has been out of this world, so I cannot thank you guys enough. But thank you. I hope you enjoy this granola. And when you eat it, make sure you crunch it down real good. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you all in the next one. Crunch it down.